Katie's shy this morning, and so am I. But in the respect to last week's message, we want to share our light with you and you in the crowd. And so I want to give you a little bit of history of the song that we're singing this morning. It's a song that came out in 1905. Actually, it was written in 1905. And so a long time ago, and it's been redone numerous times, but it was like an old hymn, and it was then turned gospel and all kinds of ways to do it. Most people are most familiar with this song from like the movie Sister Act, if you're old enough for that. Sister Act 2. Thank you, Katie. But I think one of the most important things to take away is I looked up a little bit of history of like why it was written. And Sylvia Martin, who wrote the lyrics, said of her inspiration to write this song based on the scriptures. Early in the spring of 1905, my husband and I were sojourning in Elmira, New York. We contracted a deep friendship for a couple by the name of Mr. and Mrs. Doolittle. True saints of God, Mrs. Doolittle had been bedridden for 20-some years. It says nigh 20 years. Her husband had an incurable, he was an incurable cripple who had to propel himself to and from his business in a wheelchair. Despite their afflictions, they lived happy Christian lives, bringing inspiration and comfort to all who knew them. One day, her husband commented on their bright hopefulness and asked them for the secret of it. Mrs. Doolittle's reply was simple. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. The beauty of this simple expression of boundless faith gripped the hearts and fired the imagination of Dr. Martin and me. The hymn, His Eye is on the Sparrow, was the outcome of that experience. So I think in the spirit of knowing the history there, that even God has his eye on the smallest or the biggest of birds, and his eye is on the sparrow. Why should I feel discouraged? And why should the shadows come? Why should my heart feel lonely and long for heaven and hope? When Jesus is my portion, a constant friend is he. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. He watches me. His eye is on the sparrow,
and I know He watches.
I know He watches.
I know He watches me. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. His eye is on the sparrow,
And I know He watches me.
He watches me. His eye is on the sparrow,
And I know He watches me.
He watches me.
He watches me. And I know He watches me.
Yeah.